Hello and welcome everyone. Today I want to talk about Immortal Syndicate and Searing Exarch Altar Farm, and I've left the Atlas passive tree to the strategy in the description of this video. The basic setup is quite simple. We're running a Sacrifical Fragment and the Betrayal Scarabs of Intelligence, Reinforcement and Perpetuation in Dunes, with Searing Exarch Influence and Quantity as a kirac mod. The maps don't have to be high rolled, since the majority of profits come from unrelated sources. I basically just chiseled and auged the maps with the occasional rerolls so my build could run them. I played the maps by boss rushing and doing the Immortal Syndicate encounters along the way, followed by searching for the remaining encounters afterwards. Once you've completed all encounters, you can either leave the map immediately or clear out the remaining enemies. Clearing out the map is sensible if there are valuable drops from either devoted monsters or Searing Exarch altars enabled. In terms of Searing Exarch altars, we're mostly interested in valuable currency like Grand and Greater Eldritch Embers, Chaos Orbs, Orbs of Unmaking, or Gem Cutter Prisms, with the monster drops usually being preferable over boss drops. If you can't get those, quantity and rarity or map, currency, and scarab duplication altars are also pretty decent. The Immortal Syndicate has been radically reworked this patch, with most of the crafting benches having been completely removed. This means the vast majority of the currency comes from the Veiled Orbs that drop from Katarina. On the flip side, this also means we don't have to care about the layout of the Immortal Syndicate much, because it apparently doesn't influence the drop rates of the Veiled Orbs. So instead of meticulously setting up a specific layout, you should try to progress to the mastermind as quickly as possible by first upgrading the various members, followed by interrogating them to run the safe houses as much as possible. Most of the rewards you get this way are pretty underwhelming, but I still put together a safe house ranking for every member that should be considered when assigning them. I've ranked the assignments in this cheat sheet, with 1 being the highest and 4 being the lowest priority. You might have noticed that I didn't assign any ranks to Aisling, and that's because all of her rewards are pretty mediocre, so she should only ever be used to gain intelligence for safe house progression. The ranks are subjective to some degree. For example, if you like crafting with Gov's benches, the ranking would look slightly different, but I personally consider this to be a waste of time, which is why I never use them. There are some members which actually give you decent rewards if you assign them appropriately, which is why you should prioritize their assignments over other members. For example, Gravicius gives you 1 or 2 full stacks of divination cards in transportation. Now, most of these won't be very good, but on occasion you can get valuable sets. My best this league was a full set of the Immortal, netting me a House of Mirrors after trading it with Lily. You could alternatively assign him to Intervention to get access to Divination Scarabs, with the Scarabs of Completion being somewhat uncommon and the Scarabs of Curation being very rare. Other noteworthy assignments include Haku to Intervention for Ambush Scarabs, Janus to Research for Expedition Reroll currency, Leo to Transportation for Catalysts, and Rarity to Research for Harvest Scarabs. I ran 52 maps and the corresponding safe houses in slightly under 4 hours, during which I killed Katarina a total of 9 times. The maps cost around 6C for a total investment of 2.5 divs, which brings the total profits to 59.5 divs, or roughly 14.9 divs per hour. The lion's share of that, of course, goes to the Veiled Orbs, of which I found 2, which is pretty average considering that the drop chance for area level 83 masterminds seems to be around 20 to 25%. Other major contributions are Fortress maps and higher tier Eldritch Embers, as well as valuable Allflames. The Allflame of Manifest Wealth is a lucky drop and not something you're going to find on average, but since Wealthy Exile tends to undervalue most things, including the Veiled Orbs, the total currency made is still pretty much the same. The last major contributor are Scarabs, which don't include any uncommon drops, except for the Ambush Scarab of Containment, which you find on occasion when assigning Haku to Intervention. The Divination cards either come from Gravicius in Transportation, for example, this set of Who Asked, or just random drops of the Fortunate while doing maps. Other drops include the Incandescent Invitations, which are guaranteed, and of course some minor drops like the Devouring Diadem, which is the only unique that is still worth selling. Overall, pretty decent considering the strategy has low investment costs and can be done by pretty much any character since you don't have to run high-rolled maps or scale the map modifiers much. And I think that's pretty much it for the video. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. I try to get to them as soon as I can. If you want to support my work or connect with me and my community, you can check out my socials including Twitch, Discord and Patreon on my channel page or in the description of this video. I hope you liked it, and I will leave you with one of the maps I ran for the strategy. Until next time.
You surprised me.
I choose. I on the job. It's this. Don't cage this flame. Again, Jorgensen.
There's only one fate for the weekend.
Did you settle? You are brutal.
Not as dumb as you